Hi, I'm Danny with eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at, I'm going to show you how to install the CURT Front Mount Trailer Hitch receiver for our 2024 Jeep Gladiator. If you're somebody who wants to maximize the space on your Jeep, then having a front hitch is going to be a really great idea. It's going to allow you to have accessories on the front like a snow plow, a spare tire accessory, or even a winch so you can bail your buddy out of a ditch. So you're definitely going to want to check this one out. Now taking a closer look here, you can see that this sits pretty well behind the front bumper here, and it's up under the vehicle very nicely. It's also, the crossbars are covered by this fascia here, so it's a very low profile on the Jeep. It also has a nice shiny black finish, and you will need a 5/8 inch pin and clip to secure your accessory. Most of your accessories do come with them, but if they don't, I would recommend getting a locking pin and clip, just so you have that extra sense of security. No one can take your accessory. Now I'll go ahead and get you a couple measurements you may need to know. So from the ground to the top of our hitch receiver is about 17 3/4. And then from the center of our pinhole to the outmost of our bumper is about 5 inches. So that's important to know. If you do have any folding accessories, you're gonna know if that's gonna come in contact with your bumper or not. So if you decide to get a front mounted hitch for your Jeep, please let us know what kind of accessory you're using with it in a review or comment. We'd love to know what kind of uses you're getting out of your hitch. As far as the install goes, it is very simple. It's just a bolt-on application. You are trimming a little bit of the fascia here, but other than that, it's gonna take about half a day or so. But if you don't have the time or tools to do it yourself, please feel free to check out our dealer locator, and we can find a professional to do it for you that's in your area. But without further ado, let's get down to the installation. So to begin our installation, we're going to remove this bottom fascia piece, and there's going to be 8 push pin fasteners going along the top here. They will be kind of hard to get to, so I'm going to get my trim panel tool in and get these out. Once you get all 8 of those removed, now we're going to take our 8mm socket and remove these 2 screws on either side. With those removed, you can pull this down and set it to the side. And next, I got my 16mm socket. I'm going to take these 2 bolts off. You're going to want to push up and remove this as well. So now we're ready to put our hitch into place. You're going to want to grab your 10mm bolt with your conical tooth washer with the teeth facing towards the metal. And we're going to go ahead and put this into place, lining up those tabs. And we're going to put our bracket on, and we're going to want this tab facing inward. So I'm going to put this on and get this hand tight. Now I'm going to do that to the other side to secure this in place. Next, we're going to get our carriage bolt and put it into our square washer here. And I'm going to set that aside for now. And we're going to be putting those through these 2 holes in our hitch. So I'm going to fish on the bottom one, fish wire through, get this bolt attached. And then I'm going to pull this into place. And then this top one here, there is a slot on the front of your frame, and you can get this one in with just your hand. And now I'm going to secure this with the nut. Just leaving it hand tight for now. And I'll pull our fish wire out and get this bottom one. With everything hand tight and secured, you can see that this hitch is a little bit at an angle. So your kit does come with 2 washers that you can put on either side of these 10mm bolts. So I'm going to back these out. I'm going to put these washers up behind here just to get this a little bit more level. So I'm going to lift this up and slide them behind the hitch here, and then reinstall this piece Now we're ready to tighten and torque everything down. But as you can see, possibly here, the hitch is a little off center because it's not sitting perfectly flush between the rails. So I'm just going to tighten the one side just to get it to centered, and then tighten either side just to keep it there. So I'll go ahead and tighten this down. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down. This is going to be a 17mm socket. Now it does give you a measurement of what the holes should be apart, so I'm going to just make sure they're roughly the same. And it looks to be about right, so I'll go ahead and tighten this side down as well. So now I'm going to torque all the hardware down to the specs and the instructions. And if you don't have a torque wrench at home, you can rent one from your local auto parts store, or we do sell them here at etrailer. Now I went ahead and marked our fascia piece for what we're going to cut out. I did follow the instructions, but I made it a lot smaller and I held it up just to make sure. But I'm going to cut this out and I'll cut a little bit more if I need to. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my knife and just clean off some of these spurs here. So I did put this in just to give it a test fit, and I am going to have to trim just a little more off the bottom and we'll be good. Cut it to fit properly into place here. If it's not fitting for you, or if this is too tight, you can cut this tab off up here. There's 2 fasteners, so that's not going to be a big deal. But your next step is you're going to want to get your metal piece that we removed, and you're going to want to take these threaded clips off. And we're going to put those on the new hardware we have under here. So the top part that's protruding is going to be facing up, and we're just going to clip this around the hole on that black piece we installed. Make sure it's lined up, and I'm going to do that on both sides. So now we're ready to put this back into place, and I'm just going to get the 2 outer push pins back installed. Just to hold it for me. So now if these brackets don't line up perfectly, you can get your hand back up in here and you can bend them up and down just to make sure you're lining these up properly. Now I'm going to go and put the the hardware we took out back in on both sides and get those rest of our push pins back in. And as you can see, the install on this was fairly simple. It didn't take too long. But that just about does it for our CURT front mount trailer hitch receiver on our 2024 Jeep Gladiator.